Hello my dear audience and welcome back to Benio. And last time we met two new characters, our senpai Kururi and our kohai Ayaya. And Ayaya is one of the main heroines because she has a root. And I guess now we are about to meet with Yuruko's guardian. Yuruko was the girl we brought to a hospital after we picked her up from a back alley where she was lying unconscious. And I guess her guardian wants to thank us for that. So let's continue. Okay, bye. I give my farewells in front of the bus stop. The strategist drowns in her own strategy. It's not work, but I do have something I need to do. You haven't bitten me either. I await tales of your hard-won victories, Sergeant. Bye now. Take care on your way home. Ayaya raises both hands and waves them around. She's so lively it's embarrassing. The Takakura Station footbridge looks like a hieroglyph from above. It's a community space of sorts. On holidays there are stalls and street performers all over the place. After parting from Ayaya, I headed straight for the station. I got here about 30 minutes out of time. Guess I'm a bit too early. I shrink back from the evening crowds trying to get home, leaning against the beautifully painted fence and waiting for someone whose name I don't even know. With nothing better to do, I look up. There's Girl A. Like a sign visiting us from beyond the edge of the world. Ever since she appeared 2 weeks ago, trouble's been stalking me like a rain of arrows. A bizarre cursed girl haunting me. Ayaya's mouth might turn into a circle with joy, but as a side character, it's just bothersome. Say something already. Girl A doesn't answer. Her strangely colored lips form a smile that could convey either pity or compassion. The glow of sunset behind my back transitions to a bluish purple, quietly looking down at us crawling on the ground. The town flows by at a bewildering pace, a crowd of strangers upon strangers. The world is always this fast. This would be so much easier if pieces of the heart could be separated and shuffled around like everything else. The princess sings freely, all alone on the summit. I point my index finger at her. I load it with my desire to lash out and set my sights on her like a rifle. Bang! Wait, what? As I thought, I don't recognize her face. Tonight she sings again. Tonight she still does not answer. She probably won't tomorrow either. Kinda, just a ghost that's kinda cute, but 100 times more infuriating. A voice carved out of solid steel. On these dry times of ours, it's important not to lose your childish purity. Who's that? One man is here. Then I guess that makes you the king. He reminds me of a knight in silver steel armor, a tall man with a harsh gaze, tough and impenetrable. His graceful features are like an over-sharpened blade, hard to touch without cutting yourself. Most of all, he has a strong presence. Even if everyone in school lined up for an assembly, I'd be able to tell at a glance where he was in line. Hey, you know my name. You wanna swap business cards? Gasai Itsuki, huh? Pleased to meet you, Gasai Itsuki. I wonder if he's related to Gasai Yuno. Probably not. So, you're the guy who taught me to come here at 6, right? So he is Yuruko's guardian. He remains silent, only raising the corners of his lips in a pompous smile. Gasai Itsuki, the man who claimed to be Shinomiya Yuruko's guardian. This is the time when the evening rush congests the city. I lean back against the fence and talk. The crowd's in the corner of my eye.
ヨルコを拾ってくれたそうだね。
Just say I saved her. She's not a cat. Gasai chooses to stand on his own, 2 legs instead of leaning lazily against the fence. How kingly. So you're her guarantor?
保護者。
You're younger than I thought, around my age, right? So you can't be her father, and judging by your surname, you aren't siblings. Long story.
詮索好きか。道家らしくは。
Not that it matters, just that if you're Yuriko's guardian, then it wasn't a total waste arranging a date with a guy. I grab the king's shirt and pull him close. I can feel his breath on my face. What the hell are you making that pipsqueak do? She was in serious danger back there. What the hell are you thinking, your highness? I remember her face and the smell of blood. My temperature rises from anger. The crowds act like masses parting for a ruler, trying to avoid making eye contact with the 2 young boys picking a fight.
それが言いたくて俺の呼び出しに応じたのか。
The king is so calm it's irritating. So what if I did? I'm pretty picky about how guys treat their women.
悪くはない。だが滑稽だ。そして惰弱だ。お前は何も知らない。
That's the truth, not sarcasm. Invisible monsters, flying swords, explosions, keywords that anyone else would take as part of a joke. The circumstances surrounding Shinomiya Yuriko are unimaginably strange. I don't know anything, but I'm complaining about how he treats her anyway. My grip weakens and the king brushes my hand aside. I take 2 steps back and lean against the fence right where we started.
質問の一つくらいないのか。
I prefer not to get involved in dangerous things.
賢者は危険を求めないというのなら、お前はやはり道家だ。危うきを避ける男がヨルコを拾うのだ。滑稽なだけではなく、矛盾した男だ。
Gassight's penetrating gaze irritates me slightly.
まずは礼を。ヨルコを助けてくれて感謝する。お前の道家ぶりに免じて別の礼も日を改めてしようと思う。
You're not acting very grateful.
必要なのは結果だ。それとも外面が欲しいのか。
Everything begins from outward appearances.
一理ある。が、薄っぺらな男の言いそうなことだ。
Did you come here to thank me or to pick a fight with me?
決まっている。礼だ。
Liar. So you are grateful then?
無論だ。
Then I do have some questions. Is 2 okay?
言ってみろ。
What happened to Shinomiya Yuriko?
療養中だ。
A terse answer, but for some reason I believe him. If nothing else, she's probably fine. Whether that's relief or not depends on this guy. One more. The king remains silent, smiling coldly. He looks at the rat caught in his trap. This is obviously the trigger. I know that, but... What was that, your highness? I took the first step. After a few seconds...
何を見て何だと思った。
What did I think it was? There's only one answer to that. A bad dream, I guess. Gasai got silent as if waiting for something. Suddenly, he laughs as if I said something strange. Do you enjoy listening to yourself laugh?
なかなか笑える道家だなお前は。
Admit it, you came here to pick a fight.
あそこでやったことを知りたいか。
Gasai comes closer as if to whisper in my ear the world's greatest secrets. Is this the kind of thing that'll get me killed if I know too much?
ドラマとしては三流の筋書きだな。
Reality is even worse.
違う。
Then Gasai looks up at where girl A was a moment ago. Right now, there's nothing there but empty space.
俺の語ることなどお前には何の意味もない。興味があるなら自分の目で確かめてみる。いずれそれは現れる。必ずだ。
It? What is it? Eventually?
そのために今夜俺はここへ来た。いずれ必ず現れる。お前が少女 A と出会ったのな。 The king's prophecy flows through me like cold air from an overpowered AC. You're awfully stingy for a king. 己の目で見たものだけが真実だ。違う。
And that is why you must see it for yourself. Gasai Itsuki tells me without words.
一つヒントをやろう道家。 昨日お前が見たものは
A night breeze blows along the footbridge. Gasai folds his arms with a slight smirk.
戦争だ
A war? Behind him is a herd of grey buildings. I feel like I've wandered into an inescapable labyrinth.
さて夜子は終わりだ本題を済ませよう夜子が世話をかけたな
I did what I could. Our exchange holds no strange surprises. The tense atmosphere loosens up.
この件貸しだと考えてもらって構わん
Aren't you just going to cut me off when I need your help most?
人を見る目はある
Gasai. You're just like the dastardly rival who appears at the beginning of every new shonen manga. Gasai laughs again.
俺にそこまでの口を叩く男はそうはいね
Your face is scary, you know.
な
What?
今夜ここへ来たのは意外な収穫だったらしい
The man I met that day was very boring. What started it was, of course, something equally boring. After our boring talk ended, we killed more time hanging out on the footbridge.
くだらない話ばかりベラベラとよくしゃべる
Is there a topic that doesn't get boring? Things that don't make sense, things I don't understand, things I want to ask about. There's tons of things, but I don't touch on any of them. We just talk about stupid, boring stuff all through the night. About yesterday, about today, about tomorrow, about dinner 2 days ago, it's like they already became friends or something, about last week's TV shows, about the stray cat he found 2 years ago, about nighttime walks, nasty rumors we heard online, political topics that make us feel smart, the axioms that ended recently, blogs we regularly read, trips I put off due to work, brief reviews of DVDs we rented then wanted to throw out the window when they turned out to be Z movies.
人生は得てしてくだらない積み重ねだ
Some guys can hold a pose like that and actually look good. I burn with envy. Empty coffee cans start to pile up at my feet. Between us, we have emptied 12. We might conquer every vending machine in the area tonight. This brand is kinda average,
甘すぎる
but it has 30% less sugar.
甘いコーヒーを飲む男には生きている資格がない
Why is that? Harsh standards, I probably rank just below the amphibians.
次はブラックだ
If you want a specific one, go buy it yourself.
俺は雑事には向かない
Is that so, King? We play rock, paper, scissors far too seriously until a decision is reached. We are very alike.
ブラックだ
I guess he won. I did lose, so I go without complaining. I buy him sweet milk coffee.
報復が悪とは限らない
Gasai voices that thought. We sip coffee as we talk without looking at one another. Wasn't there a time when chains of hatred were really popular? Retribution begets another retribution, then another, and another, and another. 1 minus 1 is 0. Retribution never creates something new. That's why it's important to forgive. That's the logical answer.
お前の言うのは復讐だ
But revenge can be pretty satisfying. What's the difference?
報復は行為だ復讐は感情だ感情は愚かしいことも平気でしでかすしかしその愚かな仕組みで世の中が動いているのもまた事実だ
That's a pain.
昔コンピューター上で実験をやった学者がいた複数のプログラムで生存を争う他のプログラムと出会った場合取引を行う最大の利益を得た者が生存勝者だ選択肢は2つ協調か裏切り生き残ったのは最も単純なプログラムだった相手が裏切ればやり返す報復する過不足なく正確に一度だけ憎悪もなく機械的に
It seems weird to talk about some programs being more mechanical than others.
成人もエゴイストも詐欺師もそこでは勝者になれなかった
Forgiving everyone makes you vulnerable. Overreacting makes you isolated. Are you saying retribution is just?
正しさに善悪を問うなそれはただあるだけだ力と論理とそれを行使する意志それがなければ生き残れないそれは思想でも信念でもないただの事実
I tipped the can in my right hand. A single bittersweet drop falls onto the tip of my tongue. Another can of coffee becomes empty.
この世も生存を争う荒野だ。生き延びたければ戦うほかない。
What do you want to do by living? That thought was too out of place to call a question. Just a stay noise from my stupid mouth that perfectly fits this stupid night and our stupid meeting. Don't you have any huge, naive dreams or goals as a student, or hopes or ideals you carry with you to the future?
夢も希望もなくても生きるのは簡単だ。
That's the cold life. I criticize it like it's someone else's problem and add the 13th can to the pile as I ready myself for another round of rock, paper, scissors.
お前はどうだ？俺は手にする。
What might that be? He says, not I want, but I will. Not a wish, pledge, or even a promise. To him, it's a future that's clearly assured. He smirks arrogantly, then he speaks in a whisper, as strong as steel, but faint enough to fade into the night.
王国を。
He wants to create his own kingdom, huh? DM's son has joined the chat. What lots of people have. So one of my text buddies told me she saw today. She is famous among local occultists. I know that one. Is that the thing ghost? Really? There's a lot of names like that. That's Q, not A. Girl A? Wasn't she from some old pop song? Hey guys, sup? So it's a girl? You're late today, DM's son. Yeah, actually that's... Oh, hi there. Well, some stuff came up, so what are you talking about? Did someone have a crush? No, lol. DM's son, do you like gossip like that? You are more frivolous than you look. Better watch out. You don't know what he looks like. Just talking about the usual. There's a lot of usual topics. The ghost girl, remember from yesterday? Dan's son said he knows someone who saw her. There are threats about her, but it's kind of a local topic, so they're pretty inactive. She's not the ghost girl, she's girl A. Maybe because she's underage despite being a ghost? Weird name. She says nothing, never introducing herself, she's simply there, hence girl A. That's so cool! I only heard about her on the thread, so I don't know if it's true. Someone in my guild saw her too, we were trying to form a party. Who are these people anyway? So what happens to people who see the ghost girl? Do they get cursed or something? I haven't heard anything like that. That's a really common legend. No, I'm not talking about urban legends, this is for real. What's she like? A mysterious girl, you can see her but can't hear her, and she's looking for someone, like she's calling to us from another world. A message from girl A. Sounds like a movie title. Microsoft Internet Player. How do you know she's calling if you can't hear her? You'll probably hear it inside your head instead of through the air. That happens a lot in light novels. Yeah, it does, Raffle. Isn't that supposed to be scary? None of the rumors sound scary. But there are people who disappear after they're called. No, it's a legend. Yeah, now that you mention it, I found this online the other day. Akatsuki works? Where would he give us the URL to the website of the producer of this game? Product sale. Is that a song? Should we have a look at that? Wait a minute. Unfortunately, I couldn't access the site because I don't have a Japanese IP. What a shame. What song is this? It cut off. Stupid internet. Is this a song someone made after hearing the ghost girl, girl A singing? There's a fan song for her already. You really like urban legends, Yukiko-san. So what happens? What do you mean? She must be calling them for a reason, so what happens to the people she calls? Do they disappear to another world? Or does nothing happen at all? Does anyone know? I didn't think you would like this stuff, DM-san. We don't know, it's a mystery what happens, but a friend of my friend did get called. Yeah, right. Then he disappeared for a while, but the last text my friend got from him was... Last text? I found God. Wow! Interesting. DM-san has left the chat. Ever since that strange ghost girl started haunting me, I've had to play ignorant in a chat room I frequent. So, Akihiko is DM-san, huh? My handle is DM-san. When I first joined, I looked to one side, saw a book, and used the first letters of the words in the title, so it doesn't mean anything. After my audience with the king, I headed home. By the time I got back, it was almost midnight. I surf the net as I stifle yawns. News sites, blogs of Takakura City residents, threads I like on major image boards. I've been checking some occult sites lately too. They have a bunch of pictures showing the scene of the explosion. The explosion occurred in the new heart of Takakura City. Police have not yet determined the cause. Part of the 8th and 9th floors were destroyed. 2 people were inside at the time, so there were deaths. I feel depressed. Was it terrorism? Was it an accident? Rumors flood the public mind. Girl A, monsters, the biter. There's too much I don't know. The stingy king told me to find out for myself if I was curious. War. That's the one word he gave me. I've looked at every image on the internet I could find, but nothing jumps out at me. What the hell am I doing? The back of my chair gives a dull groan as I lean back.
あーくんいい人じゃないんだよね。孤独のクールガイ。
Jeez. Why'd I have to remember that line? Guess I need something. Can't fight wars on an empty stomach. I gather some things from the fridge. Milk and frozen anchovy pizza. Cooking is a pain, so I usually eat ready-made stuff.
あなたの手の温度。私は忘れてしまったの。金だよ。金。世の中に金以上に忠実で裏切らないものがあるの
I sit down on my living room sofa and gaze at the TV. The voices pass through my right ear and out the left. This isn't good. Don't get too involved. It's obvious nothing good will come of it. I'll be the one getting hurt when things get bad. My stomach feels funny. Then I notice it again. I hear that song. Girl A. Tonight she sings again. Tonight she still does not answer. However, tonight's song is slightly different. My first thought is, she's calling me. I can hear the song from somewhere far away, telling me to come. She's reaching out a hand from the end of the world, a voiceless song tempting me to cross the border. Where is it coming from? Outside. This is the 14th floor. Outside my window is a sea of neon and phosphorescent lights. I move from my window to my veranda as she beckons. I open the curtains wide with one strong pull like in the movies. Outside the window. What? There I see a nightmarish, dark, brutal shadow holding up a weapon that cruelly reflects the night scenery. Yeah!